Here doing, lifting these weights. And what's my big why? So I'm thinking about, what's the thing that really gets me going? Be honest with you, it's not losing weight. If that was the big why, that's the thing that can really get me going, I would have done it by now and kept it off. My big why, this is an identity change for me. I'm like, look at this, man. I'm tired of always making concessions, of always making excuses for myself. I'm tired of being a half-asser. My why is that I want to change the identity that I have of making concessions, my identity of being a half-asser when it comes to things that are important to me. That part of me that says I have to accept second best. Let me get real with y'all. I got a half-ass father. He's always been the kind of guy that says, hey, I will pick you up. He did it all the time I was a kid, and he didn't. Most of the times he didn't. And so it formed an identity in my head that people that are close to me let me down. No matter how much my grandmother loved me, no matter how much my grandfather may love me, took care of me and stuff like that, there's still that one part of you that says people will let you down because of what my dad did. And he never changed. And then as I grew up, he called himself being nice to me by giving me his hand-me-downs. He would give me clothes that he no longer wanted to wear. Here recently, I just cut him off. I'll tell you about it later, but it was over a computer situation. And I just got tired of dealing with this. This is over 30 years of you giving me your second best, and I have to accept it and make it good. And I come from a family where my grandmother went to the Goodwill to shop. We know how to be frugal. We know how to stretch a dollar. And that we made it a thing of pride. And while there's nothing wrong with that, making that your total identity, that you have to accept less, that you have to, that everything, you can't get exactly what you want because you don't have enough, that's a bad thing. And it translates over into your weight. Because remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. That holds true in a lot of situations. So, in essence, I became this person, oh, I want some Jordans. Can't afford that. I want a Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Those you know from that era when that was really popping. Now we can't afford that. And then I was like, I don't need that. That's not even important, you know, and that's true. But I couldn't afford it. It will become a stress. It become a deal. So what I'm trying to say is, when you form an identity of always saying, I don't need it. I don't need it because I can't get it. I can't get it. This is a problem. This is a problem. You begin in your weight loss life saying, I can't get this lean. I can't get this to this particular weight. I don't really need it. Or something always comes up to make things harder for you because your whole life has been hard. In your mind, you've been blessed and everything like that, but you forget the blessing because you're so focused on what you think you're not getting. So if I focus on what my dad didn't give me, I don't focus on what my grandmother and grandfather gave me, what other people have given me. Or if I become so focused on what they gave me and then what I had to accept that I didn't get from him, right? And so I say, well, you can't get everything. You can't get what you want. Everything won't be perfect. I won't push extra hard in this particular area of my life because it's coming difficult. The weight does not want to come off. Just like in the mental sphere, bad habits don't want to leave us. They serve a purpose. And so I want to lose this weight, but I haven't come up with an emotion of why as of yet. And this is changed. The why is I don't want to be this guy anymore that accepts second best out of himself. I can make changes. I can make a difference in my life. I can manifest what I want. I can do that. This is my why. I want to change how I feel about myself. I want to change how I look at myself. I want to change who I am. That's the why. Can you get real with yourself on this journey, man? We about to go in. What's your why? I want to change my identity. Because if I change my identity, I can change my reality. Because if I change how I think about myself, how I feel about myself, what I know about myself, I'll change the results that I can produce. Certain areas of my life, I feel really strong and I produce strong in those areas. In the areas of finances, I've been changing my identity and I've been changing my money. In this area of weight, I have not changed my identity to the point that it needs to be to where I finish the job. I'll always lose by 90 to 100 pounds and then slowly regain it back. This is like my third time at this, but I've lost like 80 pounds plus twice. But why do you regain it back, Donald? Why do you not completely get to where your stomach is just shredded? That's because I have conditioned myself from a belief ever since being a kid that I accept second best. That first, it's not that important. You don't have to get it. It's too hard. And if it's too hard, it's painful. And if it's painful, maybe it's not for you. You're a good person. All these lies you tell yourself. So now we're making the change. I know my why. I have a few more whys, but that's my main one. I want to change my identity. And if I want to get spiritual with it, I want to change my I am. So write down I am and make a blank. What comes after that? For me right now, I am a finisher. And I finish strong. That's my I am.